with the graduate faculty at Tennessee State University. And Dr. Nwokoji, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
First of all, let me use this opportunity to thank you for inviting me to your show.
Very good. Dr. Nwokoji, you know, I think that we've talked about crime in the United States and the criminal justice system on other occasions, and we want to do that today. We want to have you to give us an overview of what we mean when we talk about the criminal justice system in the United States. But before we do that, let's talk about Dr. Christopher Nwokoji. Let's have you to give us some information about your education, about your background, and some of the things that were important in leading you to the position that you now hold at Tennessee State University on the faculty there as a member of the Criminal Justice Department.
Well, to begin with, I'd like to use this moment also to, I know your audience will be immediately wanting to hear from me. I have to also thank them for listening. But before I get into further discussion, let me use this opportunity also to introduce myself. My name is Christopher Nwokoji. I'm from Nigeria. Before I came to the United States, I was a police officer, a substantive police officer in Nigeria, to the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police. Having served in Nigeria for 7 years, I decided that I have to pursue an academic, training in the field of policing. Having arrived in the United States in 1981, I began my undergraduate, degree at Southern University, Baton Rouge, where I received my bachelor's degree, and after which I moved to Grambling State, where I did my Master of Science degree in criminal justice. Also, my PhD, I completed my PhD work at Howard University in Washington, D.C. While pursuing my PhD, I did work for D.C. Department of Corrections for 6 years as a chief case manager with Department of Corrections, Lawton, Virginia. My emphasis has always been in policing and general area in criminal justice. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Very good. You know, when we talk about the criminal justice system in the United States, exactly what do we mean, Dr. Nwokoji, when we simply talk about criminal justice? What are we saying in reference to that as a title?
Well, when we talk about criminal justice as a system, we are simply talking about the involvement of the private sector here. We're talking about neighborhoods. We're talking about families. We're talking about industries. And then in relationship to the governmental response here, that is the police, the courts, and the corrections. And so that is how you find the level of interaction. So by this, we mean that it is the private sector, the community, in relationship to police, courts, and correction. But ultimately, what we're talking about here is simply the process by which an accused person enters into the system and the process by which he exits.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's look at the beginning of that process by breaking that down and talking about crime in America. Let's have you to give us some information about crime. And I know that to say crime, that's a large area, you see, but let's allow you to reduce that and to identify the areas in which you're talking about, because I think that everybody is familiar with the fact that there's an increase in